stuff on here, and I don't have mods. Now, sometimes you just kind of want to get on here and shoot the stuff. I don't have a lot of mods on here or mods in general to like regulate some of the chat, and I ain't in the mood for none of the BS today. I'm just not. So if you want to be here for some entertainment, welcome. That's what this is about. I wanted to do this live in lieu of doing a video because I have a lot to say, and I didn't think a video of me just ranting about all of the stuff I got on my mind was worth the damn. Now, one of the things that is frustrating is online communities. They kill a whole lot of fun. I'm just gonna be honest with you. One of the reasons I don't have the chat on right now, like I say, because I don't have mods. One of the reasons I don't play a whole lot of online video games like with lobbies and stuff is because there's be way too many people talking shit, right? Behind a mic, and that's too frustrating for me sometimes. Sometimes I just want to come home, get on the game, and not get called the N-word. Sometimes that's just all I want to do. But that's not possible when you mic up in this day and age. And then these motherfuckers wonder why game communities die early. Why, oh, this game is dead. People don't want to come in here and have fun. People don't want to mic up because sometimes people don't want to be called all kind of N words or F words and none of that. Sometimes motherfuckers just want to play the game. And we're not even talking about shit talk from the opposition. We talking about the people that's on your team. We talking about people that's supposed to be having your back, calling you all kinds of N words and all this other stuff because there's no regulation. I don't think there should be regulation, but I just want it to be known. This is why a lot of game communities, especially a lot of online communities, die because of the fucking toxic element of goddamn losers that come in and just, since they don't have a personality or anything going on for themselves, they want to disrupt the goddamn community and just drive away all of their fucking fun. So that's why everything is about monetization now. That's why people don't want to get on here and just do social media for fun no more, because when they do, it's what's the fucking point? You're gonna get on here, you're gonna get cussed out, you're gonna get called all kind of names, you're gonna get called, you're gonna get, it is what it is, even when you don't have controversial opinions. I've seen some of the most milquetoast people, especially within the gaming world, that are harmless, get called all kinds of this and that, and this is not what this video is about. I have a lot to say in this goddamn video, okay? But one of the reasons things are not as fun as they used to be is because people get on here and they run their goddamn mouth and they kill that shit. People keep saying, "Oh, dating is fucking shot." Dating, especially women. Women have it two ways right now. Men are lonely supposedly, but at the same time, men don't want to approach them. Men are lonely, but men also don't want to trick off on them, right? This is the content they make, and then they get upset that young men are like jaded as fuck and don't want to go with them. Me, I don't give a fuck, right? I'm old. I'm washed. I'm over the goddamn hill. It doesn't matter to me. But what I do see is a lot of late teen, early 20s, mid 20s young men who are disillusioned with the whole dating situation because it doesn't make any goddamn sense to them. They try to go at it with a logical mind, and you can't go at it with a logical mind in this day and age because this world rewards illogical thinking and illogical fucking speak. So a lot of these ladies get on here, like for instance, within this community, I have a lot to say. That's why I don't have a chat on. So if you've joined us, welcome in. I don't have a chat on because I have a lot to say. I just want to get this shit out, and I don't want to make a fucking video where I'm like, like having to edit all this stuff in. I want to show y'all directly how I feel about some of this stuff sometime, right? So all these young men are upset, especially young black men, are like, "Oh man, I don't measure up to this. I might as well be an asshole. I might as well do this in order to get what I want," right? I'm talking about out of women, right? Because all they see every day when they get online is shit like this. Let me show y'all something. Let me show you this. This is a random video.
Sent me a post that basically states that black men are the worst men to date and they are not romantic. And it is hard to find a black man, a good black man these days. And I 90% agree. Why 90%? Because there are some good black men. There are. Like, the world is big. They treat being romantic like a crime. You even see a lot of black men result into other races because they feel like black women are so mouthy because we stand up for ourselves and we have confidence in ourselves.
No, that's not what it is. If men are going to other races, they're going to races of women, they're going to women that like them. If you starting off the conversation by saying that you and your homegirl are talking about how black men are not good, this is a young lady, okay? So black men her age young black 20-year-old men are getting online every fucking day, and they're seeing women say, y'all ain't shit, y'all don't measure up, you're not this, you're not that. And you think this is not a random video, bro. This is like what comes up and down the feed, right? This is all day, every day from like a lot of these ladies. So a lot of these men internalize this. And then you have a lot of these simp niggas that come out and they have takes like this. Every day, niggas.
I learned this very early on. Black fathers don't care for their children. It's a very harsh lesson to learn, but once you figure this out, you'll learn a lot about life. And you'll learn a lot about the black community. Because you'll understand why the young men are the way that they are. You'll understand why a lot of young men are insecure and why they want to fight against their neighbor while instead of empowering them. You'll see why they never gain any confidence through their actions and they always end up having a poor belief system.
This nigga's talking about himself, but he's throwing a whole black male community under the bus because the algorithm rewards this shit, bro. It pays to kick a nigga in the ding dang every fucking day. You can get this shit off every day and make money. Y'all think I'm playing? Y'all think I'm fucking playing, bro? Y'all like literally think I'm playing out here, bro? Like, well, hold on. I think it was another one that came up. Listen
What's
to
your
this shit.
favorite thing about black men?
Nothing. Black men suck.
What you
They're bad. They cheat. They don't care. I'm with the white boys.
What's your favorite thing about black men?
Nothing.
Why is that?
I don't like black men. Not very many meet my standard.
What's your favorite thing about black men?
Nothing.
They're just terrible.
Even
So niggas can't win. And y'all say, oh, well, why these men, why they all black pill? Why they so goddamn jaded? Why they so this and that and this and that? It's like, because every day they getting on here. So you have this situation, okay? This is the reason I'm bringing this up. There's this popular streamer that some of y'all may know. His name is Aiden Ross. He's this Jewish boy. He's big stuff, right? He's a pussy, okay? I'm just gonna say that out there. I'm gonna tell you how I feel about him, okay? Personally, as an old head. He's a pussy. He runs his mouth. He came back. I'm gonna tell you something about myself, okay? All the shit I say on this motherfucker, all of it, towards the government, towards any goddamn body. I challenge y'all motherfuckers to come at me about what the fuck I said. I stand on fucking business. I don't need a motherfucking battalion of fucking police or goddamn security guards to fucking have my fucking back. Because you know why? Because we can all die together. We can all fucking crash out together. We can all go to fucking day is how I feel. Otherwise, I wouldn't be getting on here saying the shit that I be saying some fucking time. But this little nigga gets on, he ain't a nigga. This boy gets online and he wants to talk shit to the community. Okay, and there's a particular artist. Her name is Doechii or whatever. She's a rapper. I've heard some of her stuff. She had that song Anxiety. Da 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 da. So because of her affiliation with Drake, this Aiden cat, this young Jewish streamer, has been calling her all kind of bitches and whores and just calling, just being disrespectful, right? Now, take in mind, within the streaming community, a lot of these young men have already got their shit off as far as disrespecting the black community. I've heard of Neon as far as like all of the shit he said about black people and all these young black men that still are up under his nutsack, right? It's the same thing with Aiden Ross. Aiden Ross could say whatever he wants about black people unimpeded, but he's pissed off a lot of gang members because of his disrespect towards this young lady Doechii, right? However, there's the litany of young black men who are saying Aiden's right. Fuck Doechii, fuck the black community, fuck these bitches, fuck these black women. And you know why they saying that? Because of this content that they get on here seeing every goddamn day. So instead of backing up their people and saying, yeah, you know what, don't disrespect that lady. That lady hasn't said shit to you. Because he shouldn't be disrespected. Just because she is affiliated with Drake, this nigga don't need to be calling this lady all kind of bitches and all that shit. But a lot of the young black men are saying, no, fuck her, because what was it? A few months ago, she went viral because she was saying that straight men are a red flag. So since straight men are a red flag, why should straight men come to her defense? This is the dialogue that's being had. Because at some point, Doechii, or whatever her name is, she decided to go on here and have her moment to kick niggas in the ding dang and say that straight niggas are a red flag. So those same niggas don't want to back her up and all this other stuff, blah, 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 blah. Right? Right? That's what's going on within the community. So when Aiden speaks his mouth and runs his mouth against him, there's a whole lot of young black men that are like, yo, you know what? I don't give a fuck if people are racist towards this woman, towards the community, because what has the community done for me? What has the community shown me except contempt? And every day when I get on there, I'm told that I ain't shit. This is what young people see. For me, like I say, I'm over the hill. I don't have those issues. This doesn't affect how I deal with with relationships and stuff, I'm good. But it scares me because I do see that there are so many angry young American men, not just black men. I'm bringing up black men because I'm a black man and I'm, that's in my purview. But in general, across the board, across the racial spectrum. But as far as profitability, one of the cheat codes to profitability right now is getting on here and saying niggas ain't shit. And that's fine. Niggas ain't shit. It is what it is, right? But you can't be mad that, okay, well, why do the men not approach women? Why are the men so mad at women? Like this young lady. Like this young lady. Listen to what this young lady has to say.
I'm sitting in my car, right? Because I'm finna go to the gym. And this dude pulls up and parks next to me. And he's on the phone. He gets out the car. He's walking around to his passenger seat, probably trying to get something out of his car. He's on the phone. I overhear him. And he's like, nigga, if these B words didn't have P words, I would not be effing with him. Nah, for real. If these didn't have, I would not be with him. Bro, half the I do is for some, like... And then proceeds to say, these just getting drunk more than us now. No, these bitches getting drunk more than us. I kid y'all not, right here, this car right here. Then he walks up.
These young niggas is disillusioned with you young ladies, bro. So the nihilism that's building up in their head is not going to serve the world of tomorrow. Y'all say, oh, y'all want to live a soft girl life. And I'm getting to that right now, too, because I'm fucking irritated, okay? A lot of women are liberal. They consider themselves to be liberal. Great. Fantastic. Okay. But in order to be able to get on here and complain, not just, we ain't talking about men no more. We're just talking about in general. To get on here and complain as we do, to get on here and, like I said, say fuck the government as we do. There are certain freedoms and liberties that have been afforded to us here in the United States of America that we cannot ignore. I can get on here right now and say Melania Trump is a man. I can say that woman's a man. I don't think she's a man. I think she's beautiful. But I can say that I think Melania Trump is a whole man. I think she have a whole dick and balls. Who gonna come kicking in my door to take me somewhere because of what the fuck I said? Nobody. And if they did, I'm willing to die on that hill because I have a First Amendment right? That's my right here in the United States. And if the government wants to trespass against that, against my opinion, then we can, like I say, we can just die together. We can die today. And that's what America's funded on. That is in my fucking spirit. That is in my heart. That is when I put my hand on the Pledge of Allegiance and said that shit in school every day. That's the fucking shit I was thinking about. All right? Not when, oh, okay, y'all can go over to Iraq because of 9/11. No, I'm not doing that. But when you talk about this motherfucker, this bitch here, when you sit there and tell me what I can't say, no, you can't tell me what I can't say. And I'm bringing this up for a reason. Because in France, they just tried, I think, like 12 to 15 people for calling Bridget Macron a man because of this whole Candace Owens thing, saying that she's a man. They're on trial for cyberbullying the president of France's wife by calling her a man. We don't have those problems here in the United States. I can say whoever the fuck I want to say is a man here in this bitch. I need y'all to remember that. So when these videos come up with a lot of these women, not this young girl, she just heard this young boy venting and she was just taken aback by it, which she's going to hear a lot of that. But when a lot of these ladies get on here and say, oh, these men ain't shit, or the government needs to do this, or we're old, whatever they say, that's their right. That's their liberty to get up there and say that. However, freedom of speech is not without consequences. There is always a pendulum effect for what you say. It's going to reverberate back to you. So if there's a toxic pool of this constant saying, oh, this is that, no, it's going to come back on you. Whatever. But you have a right to do that. You have a right to put that out there into this universe. And that's what a lot of ladies are doing. The reason I'm bringing this up is because recently the United States of America obviously kidnapped the president of Venezuela. Okay. So a lot of people have opinions about it, especially the Venezuelans. And I'm going to get to that in a second. I'm going to really get to that. The Venezuelans are ecstatic about what our country deposing their would-be dictator. He's a would-be dictator now because his ass is in jail here in the United States. But there are people here in this country who, in the United States, right, are criticizing the whole operation, which is their God-given right. And it should. Whenever the government acts just unilaterally, just a president, any body of government acts what seems to be unilaterally in order to defy or break international law, it should be criticized, okay? It should be, obviously. The United States of America is not beyond reproach at all. In fact, we have contributed to a lot of evil in this world as an imperial power. We are an imperial power. Whether we call ourselves an empire or not, we are imperial. We have run the Western Hemisphere since the Monroe Doctrine. That is just what it is. There's no one in this hemisphere that can oppose our military might. There's no one across seas that can oppose our military might. I'm telling y'all this, I'm saying this for a reason. Because of that, it affords us certain liberties here. We can talk shit about whoever the fuck we want as citizens, and who's going to come over here and stop us? Macron, they trying to sue Candace Owens for calling Bridget Macron a man, thinking they're going to try her in America. That ain't how that works, baby. She can say whatever the fuck she want about your wife here because we have those protections. And if y'all don't like it, do something about it. Like I said, the United States went, and because of whatever shit that they write down, just like they wrote down shit for Gaddafi, just like they wrote down shit for Saddam, just like they write down shit for any despot or demagogue that comes into power, they decided to go down there and get Nicolas Maduro, okay? Bring him back to America. Not one American asset was lost. Not one soldier's life was lost. A couple months ago, I got here on this channel. I said, I don't know what's going to go on with Venezuela, but it looks like it's going to be a war. Well, they proved me wrong by completing the operation within 3 hours in the middle of the night the other night by kidnapping that man and bringing him to the United States. Like I said, we lost no assets. We fucked some of their shit up, but we lost nothing. I'm bringing this up for a reason. These same ladies who get on here and talk all this shit about men, right, have also got on here and said, you know what? Fuck this country. I want out. La 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 la. And they have a right to say that because First Amendment, once again, right? Ladies have got on here and say, well, why? I saw a video from a woman the other day that said she was talking about the special forces operators that went and got Nicolas Maduro out of the country, which was the Delta Force. And she was like, I'm surprised that there are young men that still join the military that want to do that type of thing. And it just blew my mind. What do you mean? You're surprised that there are young men with their nuts hanging that want to join the most badass fucking military force that has ever existed, and then be the top of that and carry out a mission where they can go into a whole nother country, not lose a single man, kidnap a whole goddamn president and bring him back here. You don't see why any young man wouldn't want to join that organization? Are you stupid? And because that organization is so powerful, sweetie, you are able to get on here and criticize that organization. You get what I'm saying? Without that organization, without that military power, without that military might, you wouldn't have the fucking rights that you have. You wouldn't. You know why? Because look what they're talking about over there in Europe. Look at what some of these I can't say their country because we only got our freedom of speech only goes so far online. There are people saying that they should restrict our freedom of speech, right? We shouldn't be able to say what we say. We shouldn't be able to criticize people like Trump or Maduro or whatever going on from the government because it's dangerous to the narrative that the government is pushing out. No, your First Amendment right allows you to get on here and say whatever the fuck you want, but it is protected by those men who are brave enough, who are strong enough to get to literally go into a country in the middle of the fucking night, kidnap a president off their most fortified military base and bring him back here unscathed. Do you know how hard it is to capture a motherfucker alive and carry out that? Do you know what they carried off last weekend? Do y'all even understand how impressive that shit was? And it was a message to the world. And the only reason I know about the operation, the only reason you know about the operation and the details that entail is because the government wants you to know. They want you to know. And this is a message to all these Europeans too. You understand? Who are sitting here saying, you will not take Greenland. Who's going to stop us? Who? You guys have suckled at the teat of the United States empire for over a century. It was okay when it padded your coffers, when you were allowed to come over here and get an education and take advantage of our technology and our innovation and our even in entertainment. we have made a lot of you motherfuckers rich. And I'm not saying what we're doing is right, but to sit up here for so many people in the world to spit in our fucking faces, Americans, what the government does is what the government does, right? But it's a lot of people online right now saying that they hate Americans and they thinking about fight that Europe might have to go to war with America. We want y'all to fucking try. And anybody that lives in this country who wants to fucking defect to anywhere, any goddamn where, that even in this hemisphere, if you want to go and go down to fucking Timbuktu and live down there and be a citizen, go. Nobody's fucking stopping you. I have a lot of goddamn criticisms about my country, about where the fuck I come from, about what the fuck my government does. But I'll be goddamn if I let some British fucking twat tell me that they gonna fucking do anything to us in warfare. Try it. That goes for anybody. You see, the Russians wasn't even able to go over there and get Zelensky out of Ukraine, out of all of the years they've been fighting wars. They're right next to them too. But our military was able to not only fuck up they shit over there with the Nord Stream pipeline, but we're also able to kidnap motherfuckers over here. And as far as people over here talking about, oh, this is a bad act, we shouldn't have did that. Let's see what the Venezuelans think of that. Let's see what they think of that. You know, let's see what how the Venezuelans feel about everything that's been going on as far as the fucking dictator Maduro coming out of office. How about we talk to them?
My video reacting to Trump capturing Maduro has gone viral on the wrong side of TikTok. Let's talk about it. I have so many negative comments from people who clearly have no sense of what Venezuelans have been going through for the last 26 years. It doesn't matter if you're rich, poor, if you're in Venezuela, outside of Venezuela, we've all gone through it. I want to say this clearly as a Venezuelan and also as a US citizen. And I chose to make a video because I'm blocked from replying to comments and I honestly have too many of the same. So
because Americans are telling her how she's supposed to feel. This is Venezuelans are up and down the feed telling Americans to shut the fuck up because Americans are saying, oh, our government shouldn't have did that. We shouldn't have did that. Well, the Venezuelans are happy about it.
here's my reply. This is not an attack on Venezuela. It's an attack on the military basis of a narco regime that has held the country hostage for the past 20 plus years. As Secretary Marco Rubio said, Maduro is not the president of Venezuela. He is the head of Cartel de los Soles and he's under indictment for transporting drugs inside the US. Dialogues were had, negotiations were tried, elections were stolen, so many lives were taken. We fought for 26 years straight. And we had never seen the light at the end of the tunnel, the light at the end of this nightmare. The regime made it clear that they will only leave by force. And to everyone saying, the US only wants your oil, it will strip you of it and leave you worse than you are now. Newsflash, the US has had control over Venezuela and the oil and everything for a very long time now. That's not new. Don't you see how easy it was for the US government to literally extract the most important person in Venezuela without any civilian or US? In 26 years, Venezuelans have never seen a single cent or benefited in any way from the oil. So please tell me how this situation is supposed to make us scared or worried about what's coming ahead. You clearly have no idea what you're talking about if you don't think that anything that is to come ahead is better than what we have been dealing with. Telling us, hey, don't celebrate, this won't end well, and all of your freaking negative thoughts that you have in your nasty ass brain, you need to understand we have already lived through the worst case scenario. Hunger, fear, exile, family separate. I'm sure any Venezuelan would agree with me. We have tried it all, believe me. And you can fill your mouth saying, oh, she's in the US, blah, blah. One, you don't know my story. Two, I was almost captured by the military forces in Venezuela while protesting with my mom. Nothing could possibly be worse than what we have been going through. Let's also discuss retaliation.
So as y'all can see, this woman just broke it down for y'all, and I've seen countless videos of people telling their stories about how they have to come over here and why they became refugees in the first place because of this man. Okay, right? All right, I get you. Okay, I get it. Congress has to say this, that. We didn't have a war. There was no war. I didn't see a war. Did you see a war? I didn't see a war. I saw them capture a nigga. Now people saying, well, the U.S. can go over there and capture any fucking president they want. If they could do it to Venezuela, they could do it to anybody. Y'all didn't know that? Y'all didn't know that the United States of America, if they wanted to come and get you, that they're going to come to your door and get you? You didn't know that? This is new to you? Well, let me tell you that when the government's ready to collect you, they come to your door and they come and get you. They can do it politely. They may send you a letter. They may send police officers. They may just put you in handcuffs and take you to wherever they need to take you. Or they may send a paramilitary force to come and get you off a goddamn military base, put you on some goddamn Black Hawk helicopters, and send your ass to fucking New York. It is what it is. Y'all didn't know that? Y'all didn't know that shit? Y'all didn't know our government had that capability? Especially you Europeans. Y'all didn't know that? Y'all didn't know the US can do that? Oh, y'all thought we was playing, huh? Y'all thought this was a fucking game. It's not a game. I'm telling you, bro. What else? And then you got all these Europeans, bro, constantly. Here's the thing. This is what got me so frustrated. Because you have weak men here in the United States. Weak men. And I blame the government for shrinking so many of our fucking nuts. So many of our nuts are shrunk. No allegiance to the country that they have suckled from their entire lives. Some of these people have never even left the country, but yet have so much condemnation for the place that they live. You think these other places are better? They probably are. Great. But you've lived here your entire life. You've benefited from this empire your entire life. You've benefited by being so close to the seat of imperial power your entire fucking life. If you were born in the United States especially, you are lucky. Very lucky. In the time that you were born in, you are lucky. You may be the ire of the world, but you're also the focal point of the world. These people can't take a shit without seeing what we're doing first. They can't style their clothes or their hair, or their music, or their fashion without seeing what we're doing first. That ain't because we just shoving our dick down their mouth. It's because they hanging on our fucking nut sacks. It's because we are the fucking eye of the world, whether they like to admit it or not. They say Americans are so fucking prideful and this and that and da la la la. We don't think about y'all, but we stay in y'all motherfucking mouth. Y'all stay on our forums. Y'all stay in our social media. Y'all stay in our politics. Stay in it. So when our government does something, y'all say, oh, it's breaking international law. What's new? What's new? Since when has the United States not broken international law? Since when do y'all feel that, okay, now y'all shouldn't go down there and get him out of there? We were breaking international law in the Bush days. Y'all don't have a problem with it then, right? What the problem is now is that a lot of that USAA got cut off. A lot of motherfuckers' pockets are not being padded over there across the pond, as they would say. So they getting all snippety talking about how they want to wage war against the United States. I want to see y'all try. Invade us. Invade us. Any country that feels that they fucking froggy, leap. Well, let's not just take the government and the military out of it. Let's do it. Let's take the government and the military fucking out of it. I don't give a fuck if you Russian. I don't give a fuck if you Chinese, English, French, Dutch, Mexican, fucking Guatemala. I don't give a fuck where you come from. If you feel froggy, if you want to invade this motherfucker, do it. We want y'all to. We want y'all to. We were conditioned for this shit. I've been talking about this First Amendment all this time. There's a reason that the Second Amendment. Let me see some foreign goddamn troops on my streets. Let me see some niggas. Let me see it today. Let me see some motherfucking niggas parasailing this bitch right now. It's going to become a shooting gallery. If your ass ain't from the motherfucking United States military and you parachuting in this bitch as a foreign invader, you're dead. And then we're not even talking about the military yet. You're not even facing the military. You facing a country full of fed up, crazy niggas. And that goes across the racial barrier. We gonna fuck y'all up. And if y'all want to come at us from all sides of the world, do it. Because not everybody here is a bitch. Not everybody here is a pussy. I know y'all get on here, y'all see these men. Look at this dude. Look at this dude. Look at this dude. Look at this little motherfucker.
President Donald Trump.
I wanted to say a couple things. I knew this video was coming. I happen
Not
to
her.
like Dean, but I'm also Venezuelan, and what we're not going to do is spread misinformation and disinformation.
Has
Look at these-
invaded Venezuela, bombed their capital, overthrown their government by abducting their president.
First and foremost, I need everybody to stop referring to Maduro as the president of Venezuela. That was not legal. We have had elections where a real president has been elected by the people, and Maduro has continued to declare himself the president. Do not call him the righteous president of Venezuela, because he is not. He is also not a president. He is a dictator. Was and continues to be a dictator. This is an authoritarian regime.
I also find it incredibly important for you to understand that the president Trump abducted, Maduro, was a horrendous man and a terrible leader for Venezuela and all Venezuela.
I think there happen to be way stronger words and bigger things that we could say.
So what's our issue? What's our issue? What's our issue, bro? What's our issue? Look at this. Look at the fear in this nigga's
I'm
eyes.
going to try and say this with as clear,
These are y'all men.
calm, and sober a tone as I can possibly manage.
Look at this nigga.
We are heading towards another world war.
Okay.
And no, this is not me catastrophizing. No, this is not me being hyperbolic
Yeah, you are though.
or fear.
Cause who gonna step up? Who gonna do it? I've been waiting. Y'all been waiting. Who gonna do it? Who is gonna make us? Who's gonna enforce international law upon the United States? I've been waiting on it since the Bush days. Who gonna enforce it? Who? I've been waiting all these 20-something fucking years for y'all to say, okay, we're gonna come together. Who gonna do it? The UN? Huh? The UN that's paid for mostly by the United States of America? Or is it NATO? Who is not only funded by the United States of America, but we provide y'all the weapons. Who gonna do it? Who? I'm just being straight up with y'all, because all day I've been seeing scared ass American men peddling this fear, like, oh, World War III is gonna start. All these people are gonna start coming against us. Let them. Something got to break at this point. If that's what this needs to be, let it be. Let's end this shit. Let's light this fucking candle, bro. Because once the smoke settles, the stronger will survive. Whoever the stronger is will survive. Whoever has the righteous claim to this fucking piece of rock will survive. But as far as us fucking playing up here and tickling the balls and the nuts and all this like we've been doing for the last fucking half a century, let's fucking light this candle. Let's fucking blow this bitch up. Let's go. Because I promise you, we about it more here than y'all about it over there. I don't know about these niggas that ain't got no balls. I don't know about them. I don't know about them niggas. Them niggas can go defect over there to y'all, but I bet you any money y'all start invading, even them niggas gonna get in line. Even them niggas gonna fall in fucking line. It is what it is at this point. Since we the enemy of the world, but everybody want to fucking talk about us. Everybody want to talk down on us. Everybody want to talk about how we this and that, but yet benefit from this empire even existing. Without the security of the United States, Europe would have been ran through. Russia would have been ran its dick through Europe. And y'all know it. Y'all know it. Without the fucking help of the United States, y'all wouldn't even have y'all wouldn't have a Germany, right? We barely pushed them up. We just pushed them niggas up out of Germany in the early 90s. That was in my lifetime. We did that. That was the United States diplomacy that pushed them up out of Eastern Berlin. That wasn't Europe. Y'all ain't made like that. Y'all over there are soft. I'm saying it. Y'all niggas over there be eating beans on fucking toast, this green mushy pea shit, right? That shit ain't gonna make your fucking dick big, bro. Y'all niggas done gave up y'all guns ages ago for security. Y'all niggas are going around stabbing each other with butter knives and shit, right? Getting locked up for even criticizing anybody. Y'all are pussies, bro. And y'all sitting up here saying y'all gonna come over here and do something to us? Do it. Do it. Y'all niggas came over here in the 1700s and got y'all ass whooped. Y'all can come over here now and take another fucking licking. Since y'all all over y'all media talking about what y'all gonna do to Americans. We so far up y'all motherfucking ass. We got bases in y'all shit. We got bases all across this motherfucker. Take a base out. We want to see y'all do that. Because this shit is frustrating to me, bro. This shit, it's too many people that sit up here and just do this, right? But they don't have no idea what power is, bro. They don't. They have no idea what it means to sit up there and say, you're going to go to war with the United States of America. I declare war on the United States of America. You just talking. Even this Maduro nigga was just talking. What are you saying? What are you saying? Come get me. Then they come and get him. Nigga. 6 hours later, they literally come to this nigga's door and get him. Niggas just be talking like it's crazy to me. Why so many young men want to be commandos? Why do so many young men want to be strong? Why do so many men not want to be pushed around by women? Because there's still some young men that got a little bit of testosterone in them. There's still some young men that still want to let their nuts hang a little bit. Not everybody's all scared of war and progress. Some people are saying bring it on. If that tsunami of whatever is gonna flood over us, let it be. I'm tired. You're tired. This new generation that is just coming up, half of them, what was it? Like a third of these niggas don't even exist, okay? A third of Generation Z don't even exist because they were aborted. Their mamas got rid of them, okay? And a lot of the niggas that do, their mamas should have swallowed them. Or they should have ended up shot across the goddamn sheets, right? Because the uselessness in their fucking brains is crazy. They want their cake and eat it too. They want to live the soft girl and soft boy life, but they don't know what comes with that. They don't know that there's a whole nature of monsters and demons that would encroach upon them without the protections of strong men, without a strong military. Do y'all not get that? It bothers me that the government has sullied what the purpose of a strong military force is about, because so many fucked up leaders have used it in the wrong way, right? So you saying, like, for instance, this whole thing that happened with Venezuela, the reason that we're not going to have to really run Venezuela is because we've already put spies down there. It's a different type of game. It's a different head game. And plus, there's the support of the people, as y'all see, right? The support of the people. So you don't have to have like insurgencies and all this other stuff. But if you need to have boots on the ground for the people that may be supporters, you put boots on the ground and you put belt to ass. It is what it is. But that is a contingency that so far don't look like it's needed. So in my eyes, that is a very successful operation, as opposed to 20 something years ago going into Iraq and Afghanistan, where it was just like, all right, we're gonna go in there and whatever happens, happens. And y'all saw what happened. It was just dumb shit. It was shock and awe. Remember? Shock and awe. We're gonna just go in there, just drop bombs. We're gonna go in there, we're gonna liberate. And then once we liberated, it was we liberated for about 2 weeks. And then the Iraqis they was like, nah, y'all niggas gotta go. And then we had this insurgency that came in, and our troops they had to deal with that hell for another fucking 10, 15 something goddamn years until we got up out of there. This operation, they went in there, got the nigga in 3 hours. That's a success. I get it. Not everything's going to be fair in the Game of Thrones. It's not. The game is not fair. And when you live at like I say, near the seat of power, that's what the United States is going to do things that's not right. You know what I mean? It's just funny to me that so many of our allies now who have benefited from the terror, I'm calling it that the United States has spread throughout the world, and all of a sudden they want to act like they holier than thou. And the only reason they're doing that is because they're facing financial woes themselves. The reality of all of this is, y'all, the house of cards, the pyramid can't continue, right? And empires only stand when they're able to fund themselves. You have to be able to fund all this bullshit. And in order for an empire to continue to stand, it has to continue to consume. It has to continue to annex. It has to continue to do things that benefit the empire, that benefit the machine, that benefit the seat of power. And if you live in the United States, to a certain degree, your entire life has benefited from that. It has. Mine has. Yours has. There's a lot of benefits to being to being a United States citizen across the world. It just is. It comes with a certain thing, and it's not a veneer that like a lot of these people think it is. No, it's power. That's what it is. It's power. The reason so many people pay so much attention to us and we're not just relegated to one side of the world is because of power. And in so many different avenues, we as Americans seize power. That's what we do. And money don't mean shit at the end of the day. That's the scary part that a lot of these people don't get. Money don't mean shit. It's always been about power. Always. This is not new. This is not just because America has become America or because this is what it is. It has always been that way. And so when they start talking about international law and condemning the United States for international law, I laugh. You know why I laugh? You know why I think this is all funny? And when I say funny, I say funny for a reason. Because I didn't see Europe or any of the European countries condemning our support in what the country that shall not be named did in Gaza. I didn't see them condemning us. I saw some people doing it. I saw people saying, no, we shouldn't be. Why are we helping Israel? Because their countries help. I said the name. Our country helped them and stuff too. But I didn't see all these countries coming out and saying when over the last 3 or 4 years, when I'm seeing babies getting bombed by our munitions, by the Empire's munitions. Now, take in mind, the Iron Dome, all that stuff that's over there in the Middle East, we've provided it. When y'all saw those hospitals being bombed and those kids and those journalists, that is courtesy of the United States of America, right? The Empire. The same empire that I criticized for all that and continue to criticize for all of that. I didn't see these same countries who were condemning us for what they did with Maduro when there were no lives lost. I didn't see those same countries condemning us for what was going on over there in Gaza. Those people are still in a famine right now. And I know the international community has come together and condemned what is going on over there and labeled it a genocide, as they should have. But what have they done about it? What can they do about it? What can they do to Trump? Like what's the guy name over there in UK, Kramer? What can he say to Trump that will get Trump to stop whatever Trump wants to do? If Trump wants to take Greenland tomorrow morning, what are y'all going to do to stop us? That's a legitimate question. This is what they're asking themselves in their media today. What are y'all going to do? Because it will require force. Y'all do know that. You will have to fight us. You will have to fight us, like physically, with guns and bombs and planes and all of the stuff that y'all have supported us making for, like I say, a century. We've become so goddamn advanced at it that what are y'all going to do? I'm asking. Because maybe if you depose this empire, and I'm no fan of empire, because everybody keep calling me an imperialist because of what I'm saying. I'm just saying the statement the obvious. I can't help it that I was born in the empire. I can't help it that I was born as a citizen here, but I do have an allegiance here. You goddamn right I have an allegiance here. So y'all have an allegiance to y'all shit. I have an allegiance to my shit. Yeah, I do. I have an allegiance here. So what? So fucking what? Ooh, you have some patriotism. Ooh, you proud to be American. America has done a lot of evil. So has Britain. So has the French. So has every country on this planet. And I'm not excusing what we do. I'm not excusing it. But don't sit up here and look me in the face after y'all watched what y'all helped support over there in the Middle East for the last 3 years and act like y'all are the moral authority when y'all are not. Y'all are not. Y'all are not. Y'all can't even speak against y'all politicians openly without worrying about them showing up to y'all door for threats. Y'all can't even talk openly online, but y'all want to sit here and criticize us for what we say. Fuck y'all. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Fuck y'all. And if you up in this bitch and you don't like being in this bitch, you're more than welcome to leave. You're more than welcome to leave because yeah, we are getting to a point where World War III probably is going to happen. And the like I say, the eyes of the world are going to be turned in on America. And if we're going to be the odd man out versus everybody else, let the best man fucking win.